I just need for something to happen to Joe. Joe need to get his just desserts. And I don't mean cheesecake. Roll is a rich boy. He can't scrap. Joe done took out 17 people. Roll out here with a shotgun from 1812. Rolled? Ugh, I don't even like that. R-O-A-L-D. Out of all the names your mama could have picked, she picked Rolled. Ugh, that's how I knew he couldn't have been the killer. Blech. It don't make no sense. You mad at the rich because they rich, but you also richer than all these rich people? Adam is a wild boy. Adam got a little kink on him. He got a little kinky kink on him. No judgment to the kink community now. Come on now. Marianne was like, Joseph, I don't want to be with you. And then Joe was like, you know what? I received that. No, not Joe. You mean Joe literally crossed the ocean to find Marianne. He saw her and then was like, I love you enough to let you go, girl. That's the whole point of the show, is that he don't love nobody enough to let nobody go. They make him murder them. Don't y'all know that? That's what we been here sitting here watching. I don't buy it. Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl LB. Welcome to my channel, Watch With Me LB, where I give you fun, fresh, and funny ranch reviews and recaps on my favorite movies and TV shows. Joe is back. New continent, same shenanigans. Joseph Robinette Biden Goldberg done got into some stuff again. He done took us on a journey with him all across the continental United States, and now we done gone across the pond. Season 4 dropped on Netflix February 9th. I finished the episodes on February 9th. I blew through them episodes. So let's get in here and talk about season 4, part 1 of You. When we last left Joe, he was trying to find his sweetheart Marianne, and Marianne he knew was gonna go to Paris. So he was on a first red-eye flight. Now, we all remember he is a psycho, stalker, murderer. So he was on his way to a new continent to do the same old things. A fixer who was hired by Love's daddy. You remember Love, his wife. Also the serial killer, you know, Henry's mama. Love's daddy hired a fixer to find Joe and take him out. Unfortunately for the daddy, the fixer is tired of the life. He don't want to do it no more. That baby said he got osteoarthritis. He's just wanting to retire somewhere warm where he can relax his joints. And he don't want to deal with the death and destruction no more. So he said, listen, Joseph, if you kill Marianne, I'm going to let you live. I'm going to set you up with a new little identity. You can do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. So Joe says, all right, cool. Okay, so in the beginning of season 4, episode 1, we're in a flashback, which I didn't know that. I had to watch it again because I didn't know what was happening. Had actually tracked Marianne down. Marianne told Joe that he was a psycho, as we all know. Said that she just want to be with her daughter. She don't want to be with Joe no more. And Joe, for some reason, was just like, you know what, Marianne, I received that. I'm going to let you go, girl. I'm going to let you live your life the way you think you need to. And I was confused by that. That was a pause. That was a pause for me because I was like, Joe don't let nothing go. So why is he letting Marianne go? He used the new life that the fixer had set up for him to be a professor at somebody's university in London, England, at the University of Horchestershire. And I totally made that up, but it be having buku syllables. And y'all, things over there in the UK, that ain't no shade. It's just what it is, okay? You know that big long city? You know, y'all got the syllables. I don't know how he was able to finagle that, because even with a fake ID and a passport and the social security number, the whole 9 yards, you still have had to publish. I work in academia, baby. You just can't pull up at the University of Chesterfordshire and get a job. They had wood paneling on the classroom walls. They don't just give wood paneling in classroom walls to just any old body. It's academic shit going on in there. You know you gotta have some sauce on you to have a classroom that look like that, but go ahead. They had gave it to Joseph Robinette Biden Goldberg, baby. They said, go, this is your classroom. 221-8. That's you, Joe. In true Joseph Robinette Biden Goldberg fashion, he's not gonna go nowhere and just keep to himself. He has caught the eye of a wonderful and jovial, extremely wealthy, dumbass fellow professor at the university. His name is Malcolm. Malcolm is just an asshole. He's just rich and bored, and he's only there because he has connections, and he didn't want to just be a socialite. No, a socialite is a woman. Can you be a male socialite? I don't want to put people in boxes. I'll never be a socialite. It don't really matter to me. But you know what I'm saying? Malcolm has a girlfriend named Kate. Kate is very stern. She's like 2-day-old oatmeal, just stiff. No, she's not a very warm person, but they together. Go off. Y'all be happy. They also live right across the alleyway from each other or next door to each other. And for some reason, Kate and Malcolm don't have any drapes or blinds in their home. And Joe, as we know, is a peeping Tom. He got to have his eyeballs on somebody at all times. He always is looking at Kate. So here we go. Kate is the one. Kate's going to be the one that meets her untimely demise because Joe is an untimely demise waymaker. Malcolm befriends Jonathan or Joe, you know. And I'm probably going to switch back and forth between calling him Jonathan and Joe. Malcolm invites Jonathan to hang out with his friends, okay? And he has a group of about 77 friends. I don't understand why we had to have this big ass group of friends. Maybe it's going to make sense in the part 2. But for part 1, I didn't need to have a group of 79 people for me to understand that he has friends that are also assholes and rich and deplorable people. I could have got that with 2 to 3 idiots. As what happens to Joe in general, he can't stay out people business. He sees Kate is getting like carjacked or something one night and intervenes and stops the robber. Kate is grateful and Malcolm is just overwhelmed. And so to thank him and to really bring him into the fold, Malcolm is gonna introduce Joe to his group of 77 friends. Much to the chagrin of Kate, nothing enjoyable or likable about them. And if I was Joe / Jonathan, I would have picked another somebody because Kate, I didn't see nothing appealing about her. But Joe did like that she was wealthy, but she had worked for her wealth, which we will find out about that later on. Joe is hanging out with, you know, the friend group and he finds all of them deplorable, as did I. But he does meet one of the friends named Rhys. And Rhys seems to be a pretty okay guy. Now, when we meet all of the friends, we get to hear their little backstory. One of them is an African princess. 2 of them are like Chinese Googillionaires. The other one is royal adjacent. The other one, you know, they all got some shit going on. Rhys grew up a regular person. Come to find out, Rhys's daddy was like a baron or something. And so now he's like ultra, super duper wealthy. So he has a little bit more common sense about himself than the other morons. He's at the little kick it party talking to Rhys off to the side. Okay, put a little pin right there because I want to talk to y'all about that Joe getting towed down. They gave Joe absent ×2. He was drinking. He was, you know, he had put on a fur coat, baby. He was having a funky good time. They took Joe home, and when Joe wakes up, he sees that Malcolm is dead on his kitchen table with a knife in his chest and one of his fingers missing. Because, you know, Joe is a sociopathic, murdering, stalker person. He thinks that he took Malcolm out. He don't know why, because he was slizzard. He's like, well, damn, I'm gonna have to do what I do. So he gets rid of Malcolm's body. Joe starts getting these text messages from the person who really killed Malcolm saying, listen, bro, appreciate you. You took my trash out for me. I ain't never gonna forget you for it. Appreciate that. Joe knows that somebody killed Malcolm and is trying to maybe set him up for it, or really might know who Joe really is, that something is sketchy with Joe. So Joe trying to figure out who the hell is sending him these text messages. They send in a text message through like a Snapchat kind of app where the message disappears after you send it, right after you read it. Now Joe's antennas up and his little tingles is tingling because he know he in some old mess. Per usual. He's like, well, it gotta be one of these 77 idiots in this little friend group, right? So, you know, Joe got to do his little snoopity snoop. So he goes into Malcolm's office because they colleagues, you know what I'm saying? And he finds a little book that has like gambling debts in it and like all kind of information in it. And he has some notes in there about one of the members of the friend group named Adam. Adam is a wild boy. Adam got a little kink on him. He got a little kinky kink on him. No judgment to the kink community now. Come on now. Joe is like, oh, well, shit, it might be Adam. Let me go ahead and find him. So at the same time, one of the other people in the friend group, his name is like Simon Sue. Yes. Simon he's an artist. No, I don't mean no disrespect to the people in the art community, but some of that shit is just not art, bro. Like, you just not gonna convince me that one black dot on a white canvas is art. I don't give a damn about no existentialism. Don't talk to me like I'm crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, right? He's like a experiential performance and whatever the fuck. And for some reason, everybody loves Joe. Joe, come on, get down with us at this art exhibit, bro. So he follows Adam into this room with one of the wait staff. And he opens the door to see that Adam likes golden showers. He likes the little drippy drop. I ain't judging you now, Adam. You a wild boy. So Simon, he has been stealing the art of one of his interns. You know, like they be like, oh, you got an intern and pay your dues. Simon got this girl addicted to drugs. Joe remembers that in that book that he found at Malcolm's house that, you know, there was some information in there about that. And so Joe is like, well, maybe Simon killed Malcolm because Simon didn't want to get exposed. Nah, son, because Simon did. They find Simon dead after his art show with one of his ears cut off. So now we got somebody dead missing a finger. We got another person dead missing an ear. So Joe gets home and he finds all his teeth plastered up on the wall. The killer knows who Joe is. And now Joe is like, what the fuck, bro? But I was like, oh, what if it's love? What if love is back? That would be clutch, boy. I love me some love now. Whoever it is that killed Malcolm sends Malcolm's finger to the media, and they call themselves like the Eat the Rich Killers. Whoever they are now tells Joe, listen, you gotta kill Kate. So Joe decides to follow Kate around in order to protect Kate. So Kate kind of sees him kind of like slinking around or whatever, and as usually what happens, Joe get the draws. Okay, Joe gonna get the draws. It's just what happened. Now, I am a creep. I have told y'all that before. I am like, if you gonna give me a sex scene, make it believable, baby. Like either get like allude to the sex or like be okay about the sex. Like don't just give me no little yeah. I want the real deal, Holyfield. I said I'm a creep. I'm okay with that. Okay. When Joe and Kate have sex, I was like, I wasn't really, my creep meter was low. My creep meter was on like 2. Come to find out that Penn Badgley, my boy, the actor who plays Joseph Robinette Biden Goldberg, had requested that he not do any more sex scenes. He was like, listen, I can't be humping on all these bitches out here. I got a wife at home. I just be humping on people all day. I was humping people over there at Gossip Girl. I was humping people on the TV. I'm tired. So that's why when him and Kate was getting busy, it was lackluster. And I was like, yes, Penn Badgley, put up a boundary, bro. I'm glad I found that out. Joe be blowing people back out. Joe got the draws. That's the moral of the story. Now, there is a bodyguard that has been following Joe around. He caught Joe snooping on Adam at the art exhibit. And he saw that Joe and Kate was knocking boots in the secret garden. So when Kate goes to pay her respects to Malcolm in his crypt, Joe is following her to keep her safe. The bodyguard, Vic, is following Joe because, you know, people that know what time it is, they see Joe and be like, nah, bro, something wrong with you. You just be looking all off into space and you don't be saying shit. Like, I don't like that. Something wrong with you. Vic was on Joe's ass. They get into some shit. And the bodyguard finds that Joe has Malcolm's ring in his pocket. So somebody planted the ring on Joe. So somebody trying to set him up for Malcolm's murder. Vic had to go. And surprisingly, Vic is the first person that Joe killed this whole season. And I think that happened in like episode 3 or 4. And I'm like, Joe, are you turning over a new leaf? Out of this friend group of like 55 people, 2 of the people done went to meet their maker. They got a person out there called the Eat the Rich Killer. And they decide, you know what? Let's go in the middle of nowhere together. We got to get away from all this madness, okay? We just gonna go in the middle of nowhere to Downton Abbey. That's not the name of the place, no. But when they pulled up to this girl's house, it was like a summertime house or like a country estate or some shit. I don't know. It looked just like Downton Abbey. I'm like, is this what people be doing? They just be like, listen, I'm tired of this shit. Let me go to a castle. What the hell? Thing that I don't understand is, so they all at the country house. Joe is like sneaking around the house and he finds Roll, who is another one of the friends there. He has like a very expensive camera and he's sneaking around the house trying to figure out, because he thinks that one of this big ass group of friends is one of the Eat the Rich Killers. All right. The only friend that couldn't make it was Rhys. Hold on, I'm gonna get there. Just wait a minute. Rold is like a nature photographer. He's also obsessed with Kate. Everybody want Kate. Can't understand why. Kate don't have no qualities about her that I could just see people being like, girl, I got to have it. I don't know, maybe it's a British thing. Joe goes into Roll's room and he goes through his camera and he sees that he be taking pictures of Kate all up the skirt, got all pictures of booty cheeks in there and stuff. Joe is like, it's you, fool. Roll comes up to Joe and is like, listen, Joe, you here. We don't really know you like talking about it. We need to spend time together, bro. Let's go hunting. And then Joe was like, all right, cool. Why, when they go hunting, Roll tried to kill Joe? In the most insensitive turn of events, the girl whose Downton Abbey house it is decides to have a murder mystery party because two of your friends was just murdered and y'all literally in a mystery. Why you gotta play a game? Like, y'all in a real life situation, baby. Like, you don't want to just live your life and see how this play out? I guess. While they're playing the murder mystery game, Kate and Joe, sneak away. Kate confides in Joe that her father is actually a corporate raider. Basically somebody who got buku money that just go in and buy companies and just fuck their shit up. He's one of the most powerful men in the world. And she don't deal with him no more. But she has 2 bodyguards there that were sent at the request of her father, whatever. So her daddy is somebody. Now, I don't trust Kate as far as I can throw her. And once again, folks, I got a bad back. I'm not throwing that bitch nowhere. I don't know why I don't trust her, but I don't trust her because it's you. I don't trust nobody. Kate goes to her room to find that her friend Gemma, who was one of the most repugnant ass people at the party, is dead in her room. So that's 3 out of the 75 people in the friend group. Okay, that's dead. Joe finds that Kate is holding a knife. It looks like she killed Gemma. Kate is like, I ain't do this and I need to figure it out. Through a series of unfortunate events, Joe agrees to help Kate get rid of Gemma's body. That was something that I just was struggling with, but who am I? I forgot to mention that when they got back to the house, Rold had confronted Joe and pushed Joe ass out like a 3-story window, and he fell on some old ass shrubs that was probably there since 1812. Man, that man had pushed Joe smooth out the window, and Joe popped up like that man from the Terminator, kind of like cracking his back and hobbling around or whatever. That's when he found Kate with Gemma. Kate is like, how the hell you so good at doing this, bro? Put a knife to his throat. She like, tell me what's going on. And it was just a lot of shit going on. So Joe is like, yeah, listen, I'm gonna come clean, bro. He spills all the tea and tells Kate. Kate goes back to Phoebe, who's Downton Abbey house they at, tell her to make her, like, all the servants and staff and shit go away because they got some shit they got going on. Then she realizes, Kate does, that she lost her bracelet in the move of the body. Gemma is currently in like an old chest of drawers, but the damn chest of drawers break and they got to roll her ass up in something and take her out in the back somewhere. I don't know, child. It's a big ass house. They was using words. I'm a regular person. I don't know. They took her to the aggregator or the agitator or the barnyard house. Something. They took her somewhere. Joe goes back to find the bracelet. He finds it, but then Rold finds Joe. Rold takes Joe at gunpoint to the rest of the 77 friends in the Downton Abbey living room and is like, he the one that did it. He's the killer. Rold, because for some reason he just is very, very annoyed at life. He really feels like the people trying to take away his wealth and that, people, everybody are peasants and, it was just very fucking Shakespearean. And I was like, the fuck, bro? Like, it's 2023. Who says peasants? Anyway, I'm not even about to go there. I'm not gonna get aggravated with that. So Rold chases Joe out into the woods. Joe manages to subdue Rold because Rold is a rich boy. He can't scrap. Joe then took out 17 people. Rold out here with a shotgun from 1812. Rold, I don't even like that. Roald. Out of all the names your mama could have picked, she picked Rold. That's how I knew he couldn't have been the killer. Blech. Like, Rold is fighting with Joe, and then Rhys pulls up. Remember, Rhys was the only one of the 77 friends that couldn't come to Downton Abbey. So Rhys pulls up, knocks Joe out with a gun, like the butt of a gun, and he takes both Rold and Joe back to the dungeon that was in the Three Musketeers or some shit. Goddamn chains in there and like a crypt. It was straight out of The Man with the Iron Mask. Bro, this looked like a real ass dungeon, and it really, really was. Rhys is the eat the rich killer, according to the season. Very disgruntled with the rich. Even though he himself is rich, one of the 1% of the 1%, but he got beef with the rich because how dare you rich people? You got nerve to be rich and assholes, even though he himself is rich and an asshole. Okay. Rhys sets the dungeon on fire and tells Joe, look, if you can get up out of here, I'ma see you in London. Joe manages to break these iron chains, sets Rold free. Kate comes to rescue them just at the nick of time. And I'm saying all of this like this for a reason, because I'm about to tell you what my problem is. We see that Rhys is going to be running for the mayor of London, okay? That is where the episode ends. I enjoyed the season. My issue with it is that, one, Joe has been a psychotic, rabid-ass murderer and stalker for 7 years or however long this show has been on. And you mean to tell me all of a sudden he just skipped continents and is a new person? Marianne was like, Joseph, I don't want to be with you. And then Joe was like, you know what? I received that. No, not Joe. You mean Joe literally crossed the ocean to find Marianne. He saw her and then was like, I love you enough to let you go, girl. That's the whole point of the show, is that he don't love nobody enough to let nobody go. They make him murder them. Don't y'all know that? That's what we've been here sitting here watching. I don't buy it. Also, the second issue I have is that I saw Rhys coming a mile away. It didn't make sense to me that he would be friends with these people. Rhys seemed like he was normal, but whenever Rhys and Joe were talking to each other, they were never with the group. Well, no, they were one time. Most of the time, they were off to the side alone somewhere. The first time that Joe was at the club and he got slizzard, he had wore somebody's jacket out of there. Then he went back to the club to bring the jacket back, right? Rhys wasn't there when he went into the club. He gave the jacket back and then boop, there go Rhys. I'm like, boy, are you a ghost? He was just sitting at the bar having a drink in the middle of the day. Rhys seemed like he the kind of guy that would have some shit to do. Not just be sitting at a random ass bar in the middle of the day and then Joe just happened to pull up at the club at the same time as Rhys. I don't believe Rhys is the killer. It don't make no sense. You mad at the rich because they rich, but you also richer than all these rich people? And also, Rhys is very high profile, baby. I don't think Rhys could like sneak in someplace and sneak out of another place unnoticed. And then I'm gonna say it one more time just because I got to get it off my heart. We didn't need all these assholes. I could have did without half of them. One of the people was sleep on a couch and Roll was talking to him. Like Roll was like, isn't that right, Connie? And they showed Connie. I was like, who the hell is Connie? I had never seen him before. I didn't even know he was a part of the group. Connie didn't bring nothing to the group. I would have been fine if all of them assholes died. As it relates to all those things, that really took away from the episode for me. However, Penn Badgley, per usual, did his thing. Penn Badgley is my homie, but I didn't see like a lot of the dots connecting for me, and I wasn't really invested in it the way that I usually am for you. But, you know, I know they have to switch it up. I know you can't give us the same story over and over and over again. However, I just need for something to happen to Joe. Joe needs to get his just desserts. And I don't mean cheesecake. I need for Joe to go to jail. I need for Joe to die. I want Joe to like have both his arms and legs amputated and something just terrible happen. Because ain't no way that boy be getting in all these predicaments and then it just work out for him. The killer that came to kill him was like, I don't feel like killing no more. Let me set you up with a new identity and I'm gonna just go ahead and retire. Well, the consequences, bro, I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna chill. It's 2023. I'm doing things different this year. The second part of You will drop on March 9th. And so hopefully I will get some of those questions answered. Hopefully some things will make sense to me. And I don't know. I feel like Netflix had a surplus in the cast and budget. I'm telling you, because the friend group was unnecessary. It's never going to be a time where I need to have a friend group that big. I don't care about these people. Let them die. I don't care about these people. And they wasn't even dressed good. Nah, them jokers was looking regular. L8, not ER. Okay, regular. Okay, what is so special about these people? Step your friend group game up. That's all I'm trying to say. So comment down below and let me know what you thought of this part of season 4. Did you clock the issue with Rhys the way I clocked it? All right, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.